Hi everyone, welcome to Guitars and Gear. My name's John, and today I'm happy to announce that Neural DSP has released their 1.1.0 firmware for the Quad Cortex, which is very cool. They had a lot of fixes and some added features. One of those features is the expression bypass, which is really cool, and it's a feature that a lot of people have been asking for. And what this does is it allows your expression pedal to be able to bypass different effects in your chain, provided that you have a momentary or latching switch. So we're going to go over that today, and we're going to do that with one of which is this Mission pedal. This is the EP1-KP from Mission. It's designed really for the Kemper, but it doesn't matter. It works just fine on the Quad Cortex. You can see it does have an out 1 and an out 2. The out 1 is really for the expression part, which is this kind of potentiometer kind of movement. And the other out 2 is for this little switch right there. And we can try using that. And just for giggles, I got some other foot switches here, and we're going to see if we can get these to work too. This one here is the Digitech FS3X. And that one should work just fine too. We'll see how it works. I'm guessing just this mode switch is the one that's going to work for this. So we'll try to get that to work. And from Singular Sound, this is the Foot Switch Plus that I had for a Beat Buddy that I had like eons ago. And we're going to see if that works too. They both should probably have a TRS cable to get everything to work if you were using these normally. We're not going to use them normally, so we're just going to use a standard 1/4-inch TS cable from this into the Quad Cortex and see if we can get it configured and bypass like a distortion pedal or something, or a distortion effect or whatever. We'll decide that whenever we do this video. But that's it. So we're going to try those features today. And yeah, there's plenty more features to be had in this update, but this is the one we'll concentrate on today. So we'll be back right after the intro, and we'll get in close on the Quad Cortex behind me here and show you guys the connections and what works and what might not work. So we'll be right back. Hi everyone, we're back. So like I said, we're going to start off, we have a preset that I just kind of created sitting there on the Quad Cortex right now called PV5150 Red Dual. So it's basically a dual signal chain of really the same thing on each side. But we're going to start off with the Mission pedal here and see what we can do with it. So like I said, there is an output 1 and an output 2. On our Quad Cortex, if we just kind of swipe down here, we can see we have expression 1, expression 2, which is right next to this up here, which is our USB cable. So we're going to go ahead and plug into expression 1 and expression 2. So in expression 1, I'm going to just, or I'm sorry, in expression 2, I'm just going to plug in a standard, try to focus that, a standard TS cable into expression 2, and that's going in right there. And then expression 2 will go to the pedal in output 2, because output 2, as you remember, is for the button here for the foot switch. So we're going to plug that in right there, and that's one connection. Okay, next up, we're going to connect our TRS cable, which is this guy, into expression 1. Now you can see both of them just lit up on the Quad Cortex, so it recognized that both of those are plugged in now. And the other end of this is a L-shaped guy for whatever reason. I guess it doesn't really matter. And why isn't that focusing? There it is. And that's going to go into output 1 on the Mission pedal, just like that. All right, so now with all that connected up, we can go back to our preset. So we'll say done up here. Now in our preset, how do we set this all up? Well, one way to do it is we can, well, really the way I'm going to show you is let's make this so one of these distortion pedals we can turn on and off, and the other one will just adjust the overall volume. So we'll take this bottom one, and we're going to make that green 808 overdrive, we're going to make that turn on and off when we hit the switch. So what we do is hit the three little dots, we go into assign expression pedal. Now we have a choice of expression 1 or expression 2. Now if you remember, expression 2 is feeding to output 2 on the pedal, which is our foot switch that's at the top of the pedal here. So we're going to choose expression 2, we're going to connect, and now what do we want to do? Now we have a bypass on here, which is very cool, finally, right? So we're going to assign that, and now as you see, if I push the button, it's like nothing is really working here, right? So it's on heel toe. We have to switch that to switch, and we want latch emulation to be on. So now if we press that, you can see bypass, and now it works. So you have to make sure that those two things are on. If we don't do latch emulation and we push it, then you can see it'll just go back on by itself after that momentary period has ended, and I don't know, it looks like maybe 2 seconds or something before that resets itself. So you have to put on latch emulation for that to work, and then it'll stay bypassed until it's pushed again. And that's pretty much what we want for a bypass. So if we go out of here and say done here, then you can see that that's off right now. Now it's on. And it happens pretty quickly, so it works good. Hopefully that comes through on camera pretty good. I think it does. All right, so now the second part of this whole idea here is we're going to make this have the level go up and down, right? So we can also assign an expression pedal. We're going to assign expression 1 because that's the one that does our expression part of it, which moves that potentiometer and adjusts values as we move it. So here we're going to assign the level, and we want minimum range to be 0 and upper range to be 100. So now if we move this, now we can see the level over here go up to 10 and go down to 0. Now if we want to adjust the range, of course we can do that. Like just say we want it to be at 50% and then go to 100%. So now you can see it'll go to 50 to 100. And if you don't want it going all the way to 100, you just want to back it off to maybe 80 or 79.45. But you can double click that and make it whatever you want. So let's make it 80 and set that. So now when we adjust, now we're going to 5, level 5 all the way to 8. So you can see that that's how that's assigned now. So you say done, and now you can see that we have expression 1 assigned to that parameter on that particular effect. So if we go back to this one here, you can see expression 2, that's what the X2 stands for. I don't know if you guys can read that, but it says X2 bypass. So that is what bypass is. So you can see what expression pedal is on each thing. Now you can't really see that from the overall view here, but that's basically what's going on. All right, so that is with the whole expression pedal connected. Now let's just say we want this expression pedal to be connected, but we don't like the fact that you have to have it all the way, this would be all the way up to 8 before, here let me get this, before you can engage that switch. And that's probably what we don't want, right? We want to be able to engage or disengage that regardless of what level that's at. So this push button on this expression pedal doesn't really work for us, so we need to do something different. So what we're going to do is use a different pedal. So we're going to unplug our output 2. So this is just our regular TS cable going into expression 2. And we're going to try, well, first of all, let's try this Digitech one and see if this actually works. So let's just plug it in and see if it works right away. So here we go, we plugged it in. This is what we're looking for to go bypass. So let's try the mode. Actually, let's try up first. That doesn't do anything. Down does nothing. Let's try mode. Boom, there it is. So now expression 2 is connected there. So now this will, let's make sure this still works. And yeah, that works just like it did before. And now we can engage or disengage this remotely if we don't feel like hitting stomp and then having to assign that particular switch on the quad cortex. Maybe we have so many things on there and we just need one more button and we don't have the ability to do that. Well, now we can. Okay, so that's with the Digitech. So let me go back into preset mode and let's unplug this guy and let's try the one from Singular Sound. And this is our Foot Switch Plus that I said we used on the Beat Buddy before. So this thing is built like it's all metal or aluminum, I'm guessing it is. But the switches on it really suck. So I mean, they're loud, they're obnoxious. This one never really latched right. So let's see how it goes. Let's plug this in and let's try this button over here. Get nothing. Let's try this one. And there you go. That works just fine. So I'm thinking any really foot switch that you have laying around is going to work for this, for the bypass function. And it's nice that it works. And again, you can use it if you have an expression pedal that has both a switch and the ability to be an expression pedal. This will work also. And that's all there is to it, really. And again, you can assign this to multiple parameters if you really want to. Like say we want to turn this off and we want to turn whatever this effect is, the simple delay, say we want to turn that one on. So we can also assign that to expression 2. And we can go ahead and we can assign that to bypass. Now remember, we have to switch it to switch and we have to have latching on, and there we go. So now that should be set up. So now what's going to happen is this is going to turn on, this is going to turn off when we hit one button. Ready? Boom, there we go. And you can do this to multiple items. So let's say we want to turn off this as well. So let's turn off the reverb, assign it to expression 2, assign that to switch, and emulation, latch emulation is on. So now what we're going to do is, what are we going to do? We're going to turn this on now. This is going to turn off, this delay is going to turn off, and this reverb is going to turn on. So here we go. 3 things happening with one button press now. Here we go. Boom. And there we go. That's on, that's on, that's off. So you can do that. You can do that with the expression too. You can assign as much as you want to this expression pedal in this preset. You can assign every one of these parameters to do something when you move this pedal, and you can do the same thing when you hit the foot switch. You can change everything around, so which is very cool. And yeah, I think that's about all we need to say about this, but it works for really any momentary switch that you have, because it does have that latch emulation, which is very, very cool. The fact that they have that is really pretty neat. So anyway, there you go. Very powerful new feature, and I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Let's wrap it up right after this. Hey folks, I hope you really enjoyed that brief video. Please like and subscribe if you like what you saw today, and please share. Share this for me, please, so we can get to 1,000 subscribers. That's the goal for now. Of course, it'll grow. But I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be back with more Quad Cortex videos. I know some of you guys have been really clamoring for some more videos on the Quad Cortex, so I hope to bring you guys some more very soon. I'll go over some more features of this latest update and give you my thoughts and impressions of it as I go more in depth with it. So again, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and we will talk to you guys next time. This is John from Guitars and Gear with the Guitars and Tech channel. Please subscribe and like and share. We'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.